today we're going to go through Anthony, and he already stepped down as he should, because this is idiotic. I mean, the guy's a grown man. He should have known this too. And I know everyone said there's 338 people and they all cheered. Like, I don't think it clued into them what they were. And maybe I'll do another video on probability down of who knew it. But anyway, two options. I spoke with a liberal person too, and they thought it was all random. It was almost all randomly set up. Like, the guy was sitting in the gallery, and this guy, Anthony, recognized him. He quickly introduced him, made him a hero of Ukraine, hero of Canada, and just gave him a full welcome, and they all cheered. Like, that was the way that it happened. Because, how did this happen is crazy on the timing of it. And the other option, which I thought would be a little bit what I thought it would be, is that I was actually planned. Like, they actually went to Timmins, they met in Timmins, and they planned it, and they all were very excited that Zelensky was coming, and they wanted to present it like that. So that's the way I thought that this whole thing happened. And we're going to go through the two examples, and let's have a look where Timmins is, where this guy came from. So way up there. And if we look at it here, just a quick summary of this, we can see that Anthony won by 18,000 votes. And I do want to point out something here too, which a lot of people, I did a video on this before. If the Conservatives and PP were together, look at that. Look at the votes there, 15,000 and 3,500. That's awfully close to the Liberal guy. And let's have a look. 18,000. The Conservatives would have won if the PPC vote was with the Conservatives. And I did this like a riding at a time, and they would have won, the Conservatives, if the PP were there. And I'm just saying, and I don't want to get into Maxime Bernier on that too. But anyway, let's look at some facts on here too as well. So the guy up there, see what it says here? He was sitting up at the top there. I'll go back. Sitting at the top, way up at the top. And Anthony recognized him and had a speech. And the speech here, like, we can go through, but
here in the chamber today, Ukrainian Canadians,
yeah,
Ukrainian Canadian war veteran from the Second World War.
He's reading a piece of paper.
The Ukrainian independence against the Russians.
If he did see him at the top and it was totally unplanned, why is he reading a piece of paper? Like, he saw him up there. He went into ChatGPT or whatever, wrote this crap out, printed it out, and then reads it all the time. Like, is that how it happened? Like, totally unexpected, because I don't know if I believe that one. And here's all the cheering against it. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, they're cheering for the guy, and he was just the top, totally like random thing there. And all the people beside him, I'm not sure who they are, if they're part of the Ukrainian community. But anyway, so is this the option of how it happened? Or, and we'll go through the option that I'm more leaning to, is, did he actually meet this guy in Timmins and the planet? So that means he would have went to Anthony's office in Timmins, and that's it. And I think the Ukrainian Culture Club, or someone actually, cultural group, not club, actually would have met him. And it could have been, his granddaughter and someone like that. And I have a surprise at the end, because Andrew Lawton on True North actually said who actually it was. But I thought maybe the granddaughter brought her Didu to Ottawa. Like, she's the one that pushed it forward. He's a 100-year-old guy. I don't think we've ever heard him speak. He might not be all in, one place anyways, not even know what's going on. He did meet Trudeau and Zelensky, and in his office, like, that's the picture from the granddaughter or whatever. So I think Zelensky would 100% know exactly who this is, and who they fought for in the time on there. So those are the facts on what had happened there, and there he's quite happy looking there. So anyway, let me know what you,
his name is
in the comments about which one it is, A or B. Now I will go through now here on this video that has come up, and Andrew Lawton did it, on a little bit of tidbit information on the first option. Let's have a listen to it on how, if it really was random or not, and they're actually mentioning who actually invited him, which will give a better timeline. So let's go through that now.
this, because you had, you have the speaker. The real problem is that he was recognized in Parliament, right? The speaker chose to recognize this person, and in a way, it's a really unfortunate series of events. The only reason this person is there is because he happens to be a constituent of the speaker, right? The speaker represents North Bay, Ontario riding. This guy lives in North Bay. Apparently, his son asked the speaker if he could come. So it is a little bit unfortunate that nobody did their homework. But the thing is, people say, well, how could you knowingly applaud a Nazi? Well, I would say this, Andrew. In 2023, if someone said, we have a veteran here who is in the Ukrainian First Division who fought the Russians, that sounds kind of, if you're a young person in 2023, there's nothing offensive about that. Of course, if you say they were an SS member who fought the Allies in the Second World War, that is obviously a problem. But that's not the way it was phrased. So I think the language played a big role here. Is that if people had used the right terminology, and as you said earlier, if people had just done a little bit of digging, saying, okay, Ukrainian First Division, what is that, right? That could mean something very different in 1944 than it does in 2023. And I think that was the big mistake. Someone did just not connect the dots and say, this person was a literal, Nazi. I simply think that nobody bothered to check.
I asked if which one would this be, number one or two, that it was one random that he saw him and he recognized him, or number two that they planned it. And then on Andrew Lawton, they actually said that the son or whatever is the one that introduced it. So, that's probably the problem. I think the son didn't heard that it was his Didu that fought the Russians, and he assumed that was a good thing, and that's really what it is. And nobody checked it. I mean, even that guy Anthony Rota, Rota. He had time too to Google it too. It's really on him and whoever did the Chrystia Freeland would know for sure. Zelensky, Trudeau, the foreign minister, that Melanie Joly. I mean, she should know too. And even whatever the counterpart is in the conservative one, I don't know, with the NDP or whatever. Like, they should have known too. It should go down the list of knowing a World War II guy, that when he fought Russia, which side they were on. So anyway, let me know which one you think. Maybe it was random, or if you think that it was actually planned. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. And this saga will, more heads have to get fired from the job and take responsibility for that. And where's Trudeau? Gone. He's the guy that was sort of hidden doing this stuff, which is typical for what he does, but always sad that the leader is doing that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.